Matt Aguilar here from ComicBook.com. Today I have the pleasure of speaking to NXT Superstar Trick Williams. How are you?
Straight out of South Cac, I don't know how to act. Trick Williams back, baby. Matthew, I'm happy to be here.
It's amazing. It's amazing to have you here. Thanks so much for taking the time out to talk. I know you got tons of things going on. One of the biggest you're getting up for is Deadline. Here we got WWE NXT Deadline coming up, and you are in the Iron Survivor Challenge match. We got one more spot left to kind of cement the group, but just the group as it is. What are you? How are you kind of approaching this? You got a lot of big people in this match, looking to kind of make that name for themselves, and I feel like you've been on this momentum swing that like this would just be like a boost to the next tier. Is that how you're kind of looking at it? What would it mean to you to win?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is everything. Like you said, man, there's some big guys in this match. I mean, you got Josh Briggs, Mr. Country Strong. You got Bron Breakker, the dog. And you got Dijak, 6'6" and acrobatic, man. I mean, this is a time for me to prove myself and show that, I can hang with the best of the best on a whole nother level.
Now there is, one spot left, and next week we're gonna figure out, who that is with that last qualifying match. And there is a chance, right, that it is Melo that ends up in that group. How do you look at that if that possibility happens? Is that gonna be weird between you guys? Like are things good right now with Trick Mello Gang? Like where do we stand on that, and how does that change anything if it does?
I'm gonna keep it funky with you, Matthew. It ain't gonna change a thing. I mean, Melo knows, hey, we boys, I got your back, you got my back. Until it's time to take care of business, and there's no love lost. But, I expect the same thing from him. I know, hey, there's going to be one man on top. And, we've talked about it. And if it goes there, we'll be ready for it.
Well, and I know obviously there was a lot of drama earlier because of the attack, and obviously Lexus King has been stirring that pot too, on purpose, intentionally, with his very specific beard. You gotta love it. You gotta love that
right.
stuff.
Yeah, the lower pack.
I know. How are you? How are you? Are you and Mello good? Has that do you feel like that the possibilities of that and anything related to like him possibly being behind things with you, that is in the past, we're good to kind of move on?
Yeah, I mean, I think that footage said it all. I mean, Lexus was there lurking, as we call it. He was lurking, looking for trouble, looking for a reason to come up, and he tried to come up off my name. And I'm gonna play the game smart, and I'm gonna keep my eyes focused on the prize. And man, I hope Melo does the same, to be honest with you, because we can't be distracted from what really matters off a guy who, he's just trying to come up off of our clout right now. And we gotta be smarter. We gotta be smarter than that.
Well, and you during your North American Championship run, I feel like even before that, you could just feel like when you come out there, the crowd is ready. They are open arms, and I feel like also that followed you to Raw. You got to bring the title to Raw, have that moment. What was that moment like for you?
Man, that was man, they say there's a moment in everybody's career when you realize, okay, you've been accepted. And I would say that moment, like you said, for me, was at No Mercy. Because up to that point, I never had a match outside of our house, at a PLE. So, that entrance, and when I took the title off of Dom, the people was right there with me. And, that was a great feeling, man. That's a, defining moment in my career. And going to Raw and people still with me, and even doing main event and hearing the whoop that Trick Chants. It's like, okay, we cooking with hot grease now, Matthew. So
Two things related to that. One, how do you feel about the Wade Barrett ad libs?
I think he tried to add some Michael Jackson in my ad libs. We could, he got to understand the culture. I think Booker did a good job of laying down the blueprint of where the ad libs are supposed to lay and what words you're supposed to say. When he hit the Shimon, Okay. So he's just gonna try to put his own remix on the ad libs. It doesn't call for that all the time. Wade is my guy, but I think he should have practiced.
Yeah, it's gotta leave some of those ad libs to Booker. Booker is the king there. And also, the thing that it's amazing to see how Whoop That Trick chants have like just taken over. And when people, it's also funny to see like the reactions like online, because like for anyone who hasn't seen like Hustle and Flow, when did that actually start for you? Like when did those chants kind of hit? What was that first time that all that kind of came together?
The funny thing is people started chanting Whoop That Trick. This is during the 2.0 time. And I remember the first time I heard it, and Melo kind of looked at me and he was like, yo, they for us or they against us? I'm like, I think they for us, dog. So we just got to roll with it. And slowly but surely the chants, they just kept being louder and louder and louder and louder over time. Whenever I had a moment, Whoop That Trick, Whoop That Trick. And then once the theme changed, and once I came out to face Dragunov and the theme changed, it was so crazy because like the whole crowd was in unison. Almost like, man, we don't have no plants. They was right there. It's like everybody knew, oh, this is the moment we're gonna bring it in the right way. And the new theme played, and it was right there. Whoop That Trick. Oh, this is tough right here. This is tough.
I think there's a competition right now between you and Jey Uso for like who can get the crowd hyped most with their entrance.
Oh man, and Jay's a bad boy, but I think the Whoop That Trick movement is something unparalleled.
Yeah, no, I gotta agree with you. And also too lately, I mean, it's been so much that's happened. Seeing the crossover between Raw and SmackDown and NXT over this past year has been awesome. You got to be a part of that, one of the biggest NXTs, ever, and have a moment with John Cena, which is a thing in and of itself, even without, the other stuff, but just to have that. What did people saw that conversation kind of play out a little bit, but didn't get to see like the rest of it. But then also from just behind the scenes, like what was it like working with him? Did he have anything to kind of impart?
Definitely, man. Definitely a lot of stuff. Some stuff I can't really speak on, but John Cena is, man, he's obviously the best to do it. I mean, I learned a lot from him directly and indirectly, just watching him. So, I'm grateful for that experience.
Looking forward here, you win this match at Deadline.
That's right.
And then you look ahead. What is the, obviously I know there's probably a part of you that, wants to take back that. Number one, this Dom Dom has a very like, I feel like it's safe to say Dom Dom has a very like punchable aura. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like people want to take that stuff from him. It's like that's how it is. But also, that was such a moment for you having the North American Championship. I know you probably, want that back as well. But what's looking ahead for you rest of the year, early next year? What is the thing that like you feel like you need to check off that bucket list most?
I think the first thing I need to check off is obviously taking care of business December 9th at Deadline. Iron Survivor Challenge, I need to come out on top. After that, it's time for me to show Dragunov what I'm really made of. I mean, this will be part 3. And, every single time we work, we go to war. And he definitely pulls the best out of you. But I'm a new man. I've been through the fire. I'm ready for that part 3. I'm ready for the title, man. And that's what I want. And then after that, maybe I beat the brakes off Lex King for that stuff that he pulled on me in that warehouse. We'll wait and see. I'm not sure if he's worthy. It might not even be a title match. I don't know. We just do it for the fun of it. We just see. But those are the 3 things on my list right now.
And because the Survivor Challenge is still so new, it feels like it's been around a minute, but really has. It's only the second one. Are you? How do you prepare for something like that? Because typically, right, ladder matches and Hell in a Cell, you have so much footage to watch, get tips or whatever. Right. This is so new. Like, how do you kind of approach this?
Right, man. I remember watching the Iron Survivor Challenge last year, I'm thinking, man, this is probably the dopest match I've seen. You know, the 90 seconds, locked up. It's like, hey, which is the best spot to have? Do you want to start off the match, have the most time in the match, or do you want to come in fresh on the back end, where other people are tired and try to collect your falls that way? So it just kind of depends, where your mind is at. Me being the fighter I am, I probably want to start off the match. But, I'm looking forward to it. You also got to keep in mind, like we said, there's some big guys in this match, Matthew. So you got to be careful what you ask for here. So,
I mean just Dijak alone.
Dijak alone, and he's a big guy. And he's even bigger in person. He probably looks big on TV, but looking at him, he's a specimen. Everybody in the match is a specimen, top tier. So, I mean, we guaranteed to put on the show.
Looking outside of the ring for a minute, because one of the cool things about what you guys do is, there's all this kind of side media landmark achievement type stuff. And like one of them obviously is an action figure. Another one is video game, seeing yourself likeness, which like ranks like higher for you. Like, is it like first time in a video game appearance, or is it like first action figure? What's that surreal moment for you most?
Man, well, I ain't gonna lie, the video game was crazy. I was on a downloadable content.
Yeah.
And man, I said, it looked just like me. It looked just like me. Man, this is crazy. Man, but that's always cool. I know I got scanned for the action figure. I haven't seen it yet. Still, man, both of those, they gotta be tied for, surrealness, because, man, like, that's every kid's dream, man, to, hold his own action figure or, select him on a video game. So that's pretty sweet.
Was there any moving back to Dom, because when you, it's one of those things, I don't know how you approach this, but like, yes, the title, you couldn't keep the title. However, it literally took an entire group of people right. to like keep that from happening. Do you take solace from that at all? Is that like something that's kind of,
yeah, not just any group, possibly, the most dominant heel faction in all of WWE right now.
Yeah.
So by that alone, I think that lets the people know what type of guy Trick Willie is. But my initial reaction was, okay, I want a rematch. I want the North American title back. But after thinking about it, like, hey, it's cool. I bounce back even stronger. I want to go for the big one. I want to go for the NXT title. They're both big. They both mean a lot, but I want the NXT title. I want to represent the whole brand. That's where I'm at in my career. So it was bittersweet, and I think that North American title complements my complexion a good bit. So, but you got to make sacrifices.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Well, man, this is this has been amazing. I all the best success. I cannot wait to see what happens in the match, what happens moving forward with you. And I feel like it won't be crazy long before we see you, standing in the middle of Raws and SmackDowns and all that stuff. But until then, I feel like you're going to kick ass in NXT.
And Matthew, you the man. I appreciate you having me on.
No, absolutely. And of course, you can check out all of our coverage on Deadline and NXT every single week right here on comicbook.com.